Once again, we are back into Seduce Me by Michaela Laws, and I am TheAmethystDreamer, so let's get right on in. A knock on my door broke my thoughts, surprising me. Who is it?
Hey, are you okay in there? Your parents should be here soon, so you should hurry getting ready.
Well, I'm ready, but...
What? I'm sure you look fine, Anderson. Just come on out.
Alright. As soon as I opened the door to the hall, I watched as Naomi and Suzu's faces turned from smiles to complete awestruck. That is a pretty dress in the corner. What?
Dude, you look hot.
Thank you?
Yeah, you look amazing. Where did you get that dress?
I had it for a while, I just never had a chance to wear it. I figured I may as well bring it out now. Why would you have a dress if you didn't have an event to wear it to? Usually if I have to buy a fancy outfit, it's because I have something I have to wear it to. Whatever. He has a cummerbund! That's adorable! I stepped out of my room and closed my bedroom door behind me. As I walked down the hall to the grand lobby, the incubi stood there waiting for me at the bottom, all dressed to the nines as proper servants.
Whoa, they really know how to dress well, don't they?
Yes. I was slightly taken aback at how great the guys looked in their uniform. Each had the poise of a perfect gentleman, even Sam. But that's not fun. Okay, whatever. I slowly began to climb down the steps with Suzu and Naomi behind me. The boys watched as I descended the staircase one step at a time, like knights waiting for their princess. I felt my face flush slightly, but I quickly shook my head to try and regain my thoughts. As I reached the final step, James offered his hand out to me and walked me down the final step, smiling.
As beautiful as a princess, miss.
Thank you.
So, are you prepared for tonight?
Honesty is... I'm stuck between the top one and the bottom one. Honestly, I think whenever I have a party, I'm never ready for it. I'm always doing so much last-minute bullshit just to make sure everyone's going to be happy and not pissed at me forever, so fuck it. I didn't feel confident at all. Something about tonight frightened me. I couldn't tell if it was the fear of my dad or the guest that Dad is surely invited, but something about tonight's party left me beyond nervous. No shit. The other boys smiled assuringly at me, which made me feel a little bit better about everything. I looked at my phone and marked the time. Almost right on cue, the doorbell rang and I gulped. I could practically feel my dad's aura from behind the door. Sam and Eric quickly rushed to the door and opened the double doors wide to reveal my parents, both dressed in their best. Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad.
Oh my, I didn't know your bequeathment came with servants.
It was probably overlooked. Besides, who would deny good service?
I hate you. I was completely shocked. My parents didn't question the boys. They didn't ask for verification or anything. I looked at the boys and noticed Sam and Eric staring intently at my parents. Were they using their powers on them? They had to be. There was no way they'd be okay with this otherwise.
I guess the servants counted as belongings to the house.
Damn! That's cold! People are not things. They are people. Whatever. This guy's an asshole. My mother quickly rushed to me and gave me a large hug. I hugged her back, inhaling her perfume. It had only been a couple of days, but living away from the ones who raised me was hard. My mother soon let me go and looked at my outfit.
Gorgeous. You look so lovely. David, look at your daughter and tell her I'm right.
I looked to my dad, who was looking around the lobby like an inspector. I stood my ground, waiting for him to look at me. When he did, he let a small smile grace his lips.
Your mother's right. You look like you're all grown up.
Skeezy bastard. The world around me stopped as my heart pounded hard in my chest. Did my dad just compliment me? On his own accord? My mother was grinning ear to ear at his words. I was beyond speechless. Thank you, Daddy. However, his cold face quickly returned as he began to look around once
I
again.
assume that you're ready, then, to impress the rest of the guests, correct?
What do you mean?
The entire board from Anderson Toys is coming tonight. Even the vice chairman's son will be coming. All of them will be measuring your potential.
You're gonna try messing... I can already see where this is going. He's gonna try to set me up with the vice chairman's son so that I can become the leader person again. Or that someone in his family is the leader person again, because this asshole wants it to stay in the family, instead of letting me do what I want with my life. Fuck you. My potential?
To become CEO of the company.
I knew it. Something was off about tonight, and now this party had become much more than I anticipated. I gulped. But I nodded in response. I looked to the incubi. They were continuing to be servants for my father's approval. I looked behind me and saw Naomi and Suzu raise their thumbs at me for encouragement. I let out a small breath before feeling my body accept the situation. I felt a weight in my gut, but I had to hide it. This music is nice. As if time zoomed forward, all of a sudden the main hall in the lobby was full of guests. Men and women in formal business attire showed up to meet me in my new home. I didn't expect many to come, but I was once again surprised that night. I shook hands with officials and exec members, putting on the professional face my father trained me to have. I felt overwhelmed, but I hid it well behind a small smile and a handshake. Many even asked me questions. I tried my best to reply as maturely as possible. I had to remember, say what they want to hear, not what you want to say.
So, how do you feel living on your own at such a young age?
Oh, fuck me. It's been okay. I'm doing my best. I feel fine. I could do better. Could be pretty good. It's difficult being independent, but I wish I was still... Oh. Well, I can bet that bottom one, isn't it? They want to hear that it's been good.
I'm so sorry about your
What?
grandfather passing away. It really hit all of us hard.
But I didn't even click one! Whatever.
Do you have college plans?
I pressed yes I do, but the other one was highlighted. What is this? I felt like the questions came up one after another. It was tough to answer some of them because they weren't about me. They were about the company.
What happened with the company now that your grandfather has passed?
It'll get back on track soon.
What do you think of the philanthropic policy the company has?
Ooh. Because I think the philanthropic bits are good. Because it's good to help people. But are these people going to see it as a waste of money? Damn. I'm thirsty.
Do you think the company should expand from just toys?
It's a possibility. Suddenly, though, my mom pushed her way through the crowd to me, bringing along someone I didn't know.
Honey, I'd like to introduce you to someone. This kind gentleman is the son of the vice chairman.
With my mother stood a man who looked only a few years older than me. He smiled and held out his hand to me, silently asking for it.
Hi, I'm Andrew Lewis. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Anderson.
I don't fucking know. It's polite. I mean, I'm not gonna leave him hanging. As I placed my hand in his, he raised it to his lips and kissed over my knuckles. I felt my face burn slightly at the gesture. Andrew smiled at me before releasing my hand.
I'm honored to be invited here.
My mother smiled at both of us, which made me slightly concerned. Why was she excited to introduce me to Andrew? Because she's setting me up.
You organized this party very well, Miss Anderson. You're welcome. Praise is very much deserved.
Andrew then chuckled nervously, bringing a soft fist to his lips to cover his laugh properly before smiling at me.
I'm sorry if I seem a little forward. I've just been excited to meet Harold Anderson's granddaughter.
Why?
He used to talk about you all the time in the office on how you helped him refine his toys. I only attended meetings and heard all of the stories. You've helped a lot with the success of the company without having to actually work there.
Oh wow, I didn't know he talked about me. That would explain everyone's fascination with me and their personal questions. I looked to Andrew, who had a kind face to me. Something about him seemed off, and I didn't know what it was. He seemed to be hiding something. Whether it was good or bad, I wasn't able to find out. They arranged a fucking marriage, didn't they? Those assholes! No, I don't... I felt someone walk up beside me, causing me to turn to them. Next to me was my dad, giving his cold stare to Andrew, who suddenly became tense.
So, you're Jared's son.
Andrew's body twitched slightly. Whether it was a fear or insult, Andrew locked eyes with my father. I couldn't help but feel the tension between them. It irked me how fragile the air had become, enough to break at the wrong word.
You're the one who wants to be the next CEO of the Anderson Company.
I stared at Andrew. This guy wanted to take my grandfather's place as CEO? I thought the vice chairman wanted the position.
David, leave the poor boy alone.
I'm merely testing the boy's conversational skills. Nothing wrong with that.
Of course not, sir.
And polite as well. Interesting.
If you'll excuse me.
Quickly, Andrew retreated away from my family and into the crowd of people. I watched as he disappeared into the crowd towards the back of the house. I was worried, but I gave him his space. He obviously needed it. Honestly, I just want to confront my asshole dad in this game.
He's not CEO material.
That's because you practically interrogated the young man.
A little questioning shouldn't have bothered him. He's obviously not ready for any title in our company.
I bit my tongue. I didn't want to make a scene with my dad. One wrong word, and he'd hiccups! And he'd lecture me in front of everyone. That was not something that I wanted at my housewarming party. I let out a sigh before looking at the clock. It was getting close to midnight, meaning the party was going to end soon. I lowered my gaze out the window and saw a limo pull up. Whose limo was that?
Oh, that must be Lewis's car.
I'll go get him. Stay with your father so you can escort your guests out together.
Yes, Mom. My mother left my dad and I to slowly escort the guests out. My dad held his simple smile as he thanked each person for coming. I did the same. Andrew quickly passed the doors before I could speak. Eventually, only Suzu, Naomi, my parents, and the incubi were left. My dad suddenly walked over and placed a hand on my shoulders with a smile. I stared at him, a wave of confusion washing over my face. What?
You did good tonight. I'm proud.
This is a trap. Thank you, Dad.
Keep it up, and you'll be a good CEO.
Right.
All right. Your mother and I have to leave. I'm sure Naomi...
Achievement unlocked. Dad
leave as well.
approves.
Just
Fuck
because
you.
it's Saturday doesn't mean you should stay up all night.
Yes, it does. I have 5 guys I can entertain all night. Or 4. Eric's still an asshole.
Thanks for having us. It was a great party.
We'll come visit tomorrow or something. All right?
Right. See ya.
Good night, sweetie. Come visit us soon.
Will do. All 4 of my remaining guests left the building, all but my dad waving back to me. With the last guest gone, I sighed and sat on the staircase, entirely exhausted. Phew, that was tiring.
It's not like you had to do any work, though.
Give her a break, man. She was getting interrogated left and right.
She handled herself the best she could.
As expected, Princess.
Since you're exhausted, why not head to bed? We can clean up.
Hush, Sam.
I want to help.
Positive. It shouldn't take long.
I want to help.
Oh, it didn't take long to find you little shits after all.
I want to... What? I felt a hot shudder run down my spine. The voice from my dreams echoed through the air into my ears. I looked around, panicked, along the incubi. James placed a hand on my shoulder, trying to remain calm.
Don't worry. No one will hurt you.
Are you sure? Are you really sure?
What does this person look like? I want to know! All of us shut our heads towards the doors, finally pinning down the direction of the voice. The doors quickly swung open, revealing a sight I would have never expected to see. Oh, that's a little anticlimactic, actually. Skin red as blood, eyes black and gold, piercing into mine, roughed up clothes and a pistol in his hand. I saw a monster. Oh, and a girl. Her hair is cool. I covered my mouth to not scream at the sight. Dried blood covered the bandana around his neck, and he smirked at me and the boys around me. Besides the red-skinned man was a similar-looking woman in matching thug-like clothes.
Oh, what's the matter, boys? You really didn't think I wouldn't find you, did you?
I hoped you would, you piece of...
All of a sudden, a man raised a gun at Sam's face. Instantly. No! No! Sam! No!
What the fuck?
What?
What should have been a headshot was a loud but empty blank shot. The pistol echoed its empty shots as the man grew more and more pissed, pulling the trigger over and over in aggravation. Luckily to my ears, it became quieter after the first shot.
Why the fuck won't you work?
This place is protected.
What did you say, Shrimp?
This place has a seal, protecting it from hellborn magic.
Nice!
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
The man growled and threw his gun at Sam, who was able to dodge it in time. The pistol bounced off the ground a couple of times before sliding further away, hitting the wall on a final stop. As it stopped moving, the gun faded into black flame that disappeared into the air.
The previous owner had this place protected by magic, Malix.
Malix. That was his name. His existence resonated in my memory from the dream I had. However, I looked to Matthew with the same confusion as Malix did. This place is protected by magic.
It would seem that your grandfather had some sort of protective barrier around this house. From the looks of it, it only disables hellborn magic.
Malix's face grew into that of anger. His fists tightened, and as if he was able to crush a stress ball.
Then what's stopping me from dragging your asses out and shooting you then?
Because they can use incubi magic, whereas you can only use hell magic, so they have more power over you in this particular setting. Why did that beep? Why did that beep? Meh. Okay. Out of pure instinct, I stepped forward and placed myself between Malix and the boys. With no power, Malix wasn't going to fight. I took the chance to stand up to him instead of being powerless like I was in the dream. Fuck off! I like that, though.
Whoa! Let the bitch out of her cage! What is this? A reverse harem or something?
I'm okay with this, though. You're an asshole, and so is Eric. So you can have Eric. Malix grinned at me evilly, walking close to me. Duck? I ducked underneath Malix's incoming hand. I stared at his hand as his black flame tattoo in surprise as I took a couple of steps back. Matthew and Damon stepped in front of me, guarding me from Malix with their arms.
A quick one. I'm liking you more and more.
Back off, Malix!
Don't start acting tough, you pathetic excuse of a demon. You need more protection than her.
Shut up!
Oh, did I make little Matthew cry? Why don't you just grow a pair?
You know, Matthew actually has a biblical name. Because there's the book of Matthew in the New Testament. Matthew, good job. James has one too. Yeah. So James and Matthew actually have biblical names. That's interesting.
Enough, Malix.
The woman who had been standing in silence the whole time planted a firm hand on Malix's shoulder. Malix looked back at her with a growl and glare that could kill.
Since when did you get the guts to speak out of place?
We both know you've never controlled me. I want them dead just like you two. But now's not the time.
Fuck off! I know what I'm doing.
Do you? Even if you did fight them, there's 5 against 2. We never win.
Shut up!
Let's go, Malix! We're wasting our time!
The two growled at each other. If they could use their magic, I could sense that fire would grow from their teeth. Would glow from their teeth. Blech. Malix grunted and glared at the boys. He pointed at James, wanting so badly to use his finger like a knife.
Just wait, pretty boys. We'll get you and fuck you up real good.
Someone had fun with that laugh. Then Malix turned to me, moving his finger to point directly between my eyes.
Don't think you're safe. Step outside. I dare you.
With that, Malix and the woman walked out of the mansion. The doors closed behind them, leaving the boys and I alone once again. I felt my knees give out under me, forcing the boys to quickly turn to catch me.
Whoa! Are you alright?
Yeah, why was he here?
He's been closely tracking us. Our blood trail from the forest must have led him here.
We should have stopped him and finished it here.
For once, Matthew, I agree with you.
I stood up and rubbed my arms, feeling the goosebumps Malix left behind on me. I couldn't stop myself from shivering in fear at his words. Malix? Was he a demon?
That son of a bitch is not a demon. He's a devil.
A devil? There's a difference?
Yes. Demons come from a different plane of existence called the abyssal planes. Devils, however, come from one of the 7 circles of a place humans know. It's hell. Despite us not being human, we are very different creatures.
We actually have brains, for one. Devils always like to cause trouble and try to kill or torture others for their own enjoyment. Demons, like us, know when to use our powers and when not to. We're not stupid.
Devils follow orders from higher-ups in their order, and their power only comes from their connection to hell. Demons all have free wills and don't rely on where they came from to use their powers.
Okay, so this isn't really going off biblical terms, so that's good to know. This was all so confusing. Demons and devils and magic all existed, and I happened to be in the middle of it. What do we do?
You're safe. You've been protected as well.
What?
What Damien's saying is that the magic that protects this place also protects you.
Your grandfather must have cast it when you last saw him or something of that nature. We can sense its aura around your body.
I couldn't believe my ears. It was the third day of surprises, and this one took the cake in being the most surprising. I felt my head spin again. What did I get myself into?
Miss, please don't worry. We'll find a way to train ourselves and become stronger to finally finish this feud.
I'm gonna kick his ass right now.
I'm with you, Sam.
Until then, we'll protect you as much as we can. If Malix comes back, we'll be here for you.
But what about going outside? Won't he...
Like we said, you have a protection spell on you. Even if Malix attacks you, he won't be able to use his magic on you. He'd be just like any other human you can fight back against.
Yeah, but any other human can wield a normal gun, or a normal knife, or just beat the shit out of me with their fists.
Didn't you say you knew Taekwondo?
Oh, yeah. I felt somewhat relieved that I was mostly safe from Malix. Still, I couldn't help but feel very nervous and apprehensive about the future. The boys were safe here to train and become stronger, but what if Malix did the same? Even more so, I was lost about how my grandfather knew about magic. I had to find out. At least, I had time. And on that note, I'm gonna end the episode here. Don't forget to leave comments in the comments down below, and I will take your feedback to heart for serious. And I hope you guys like this. The story is picking up now, so that's something. And yeah, I think I made a little bit of progress with Sam. I think. I hope. Yeah. See you guys next time. Bye.